Quality ingredients, passion, community. That's what comes to mind when I hear craft.
We want to bring in the best product to make the best beer.
And Hops Connect facilitates this relationship by bringing the best possible hops from all over the world.
Really, the end product is what connects people together. That's the promise of beer.
Quality ingredients, passion, community. That's what comes to mind when I hear craft.
We want to bring in the best product to make the best beer.
And Hops Connect facilitates this relationship by bringing the best possible hops from all over the world.
Really, the end product is what connects people together. That's the promise of beer.
Hops from all over the world.
Really, the end product is what connects people together. That's the promise of beer.
We want to bring in the best product to make the best beer.
And Hops Connect facilitates this relationship by bringing the best possible hops from all over the world.
Really, the end product is what connects people together. That's the promise of beer.
We want to bring in the best product to make the best beer.
And Hops Connect facilitates this relationship by bringing the best possible hops from all over the world.
Really, the end product is what connects people together. That's the promise of beer.
to bring in the best product to make the best beer.
And Hops Connect facilitates this relationship by bringing the best possible hops from all over the world.
Really, the end product is what connects people together. That's the promise of beer.
bring in the best product to make the best beer.
And Hops Connect facilitates this relationship by bringing the best possible hops from all over the world.
Really, the end product is what connects people together. That's the promise of beer.
Okay, everybody, we're going to try to get started soon if you want to find a seat. A couple minutes. All right, if you can find a seat, we'd like to get started. All right, welcome everybody. Thanks for coming. Woo. Yeah. Welcome to the Canada Beer Cup Awards Gala for 2024. I'm very excited to be hosting the event tonight. My name is Joe Wiebe. Some of you know me, I think. Thank you. I'm known as the thirsty writer here in BC. I wrote a book called Craft Beer Revolution about a decade ago that charted the progress of the craft beer boom that was just taking off around then. And then I helped start a few other things, the Victoria Beer Society that runs Victoria Beer Week, and then was able to take over Great Canadian Beer Festival a few years back. I helped start the BC Ale Trail, which has been a fun project as well for a long time. And then the last couple of years, I was honored to be invited to be part of the judging panel for the Canada Beer Cup, which was a really exciting step up for me, as I hadn't done anything quite that. I'd done some judging, but nothing quite that prominent before, so that was really exciting for me and a lot of fun. And then this year, they actually asked me to take on a bigger role as one of the 3 co-head judges, along with my colleagues Lauren Richard and Dave Cole. Lauren's from Toronto. She's here in attendance with us. And Dave's from Winnipeg, but he wasn't able to make it. And together, we worked together to invite judges from all across Canada, North America, even a few from Europe, which was really exciting to get a great panel of judges together. Particularly, I was excited about getting a few judges from BC to attend the judging in Ontario, and that we had Noel Phillips, who's here in attendance, and Rob Mangelsdorf, who many of you would also know from his days with the Growler, and also Nancy Moore, who's also here in attendance with us today. So it was a really great judging panel. So you guys have already been grabbing some beers and sandwiches and things like that. There is beer available outside. If you want to sneak out during the event to get more, you can. Just try not to be too disruptive. But there's bars are open on both levels. And they're open until about, I think 5:30 is when they shut down, because they have to clear out. Oh, 6:30. I got the date times. 6:30. There we go. That's better. Woo! Yeah. Speaking of beer. There we go. I figured I should have one too, right? Anybody here from Five Roads? Yeah. This is the Helles Bock. I can't wait to try it. It's usually a good one, so. Cheers. Tasty. Don't review it. Yeah, okay. I give that, let me think. All righty. So, and also big thanks to our volunteer servers who are serving the beer out there. Awesome job. Right on. All right, to get us started, I'd like to invite Nancy Moore, instructor of brewing and brewery operations with Kwantlen Polytechnic University, to deliver our land acknowledgement.
Thanks, Joe. Good evening to the beer community across Canada. I've been asked to recognize the lands where we're privileged to be hosting you from. And for those of you in other places across Canada, you may want to take a moment and remember who the traditional land keepers are for the area that you're in. Here, we recognize and respect that New Westminster is on the unceded and unsurrendered land of the Halkomelin-speaking peoples. Now, that may sound a little different from many land acknowledgements that you have heard, but first, because there's many nations that shared this land. But those nations all shared the Halkomelin language group. So the city of New Westminster chooses to recognize that group in its entirety to avoid missing any of the many multiple nations whose traditional lands are in this area. And second, the Douglas Treaties, which were signed before 1900, covered less than 0.1%, that's 0.1% of the area now known as British Columbia. And then in 2000, a mere 100 years later, a treaty with the Niska Nation came into effect. Since then, 3 more treaties have been signed with the Tawasan, the Malnuth, and the Tla'amin nations. But this land, and the vast majority of the land in British Columbia, has never been subject to the treaty process. And the courts have ruled that Aboriginal title still exists. So we recognize that the lands are unceded and unsurrendered. And in some company, you may see this referred to as stolen. So we work and we live and we play on these lands, and we give our thanks to the people who have been here and cared for them since time immemorial. Thank you. Haichka.
And now I'd like to introduce Christine Como, the Executive Director of the Canadian Craft Brewers Association.
Beer in hand. Well, hello, bonjour. Welcome and bienvenue to the 3rd annual, and what's sure to be the best one yet, Canada Beer Cup Gala. I'm Christine Como, your Executive Director of the Canadian Craft Brewers Association, and I couldn't be more proud of the talent and passion in the room here tonight, and to everybody tuning into our live stream broadcast across Canada from coast to coast to coast. The Canada Beer Cup is Canada's only national not-for-profit competition, and what that means is every entry and every sponsorship goes directly towards supporting the nearly 12,000 Canadian craft breweries across Canada that are employing 21,000 people, an additional 8,800 in the tourism sector, and contributing $1.7 billion to Canada's GDP economy. It also means that 100% of your support goes towards supporting the Canadian Craft Brewers Association's federal advocacy efforts. So thank you so much for that. But I do know that you're feeling it right now. Inflation has hit our industry particularly hard. Malt prices are up as much as 50%, cans 20%, cardboard 17%, and don't even get me started about rate increases, especially in urban centers. Our input costs are 3 times higher than that of our larger foreign-owned brewers out there. And sadly, 70 craft breweries have closed within the last 18 or so months. But there is hope. There is hope. We're a resilient bunch of badasses, and we will not be held back. In pure defiance, new breweries are still opening and existing one expanding. So thank you for everybody who's just bringing it home. This past spring, we did have a big win with a 50% excise rate reduction on the first 15,000 hectoliters of beer brewed for the next 2 years. While this was a great start, we now have to make this relief permanent, as well as increase that 15,000 hectoliter limit so as not to discourage growth. We've also been really closely following current and emerging bills in the House and the Senate that are looking to have labeling restrictions and advertising bans. It's closely related to new proposed low-risk drinking guidelines that are calling for Canadians to consume no more than 2 beer per week. How many of us exceeded that limit before noon today? I tell you, these recommendations, they're highly flawed, they're misleading, they're just misrepresentative and frankly just bonkers. But don't be mistaken, this is part of a really, really well-funded international global neo-prohibitionist movement that's trying to have alcohol treated like tobacco or worse. They want advertising bans, labeling restrictions, cancer warnings, and just reduced market access. But we can fight back, and we will. I want to acknowledge and thank those who've subscribed to the Canadian Craft Independent Seal. And I have a call to action today for anybody who's not subscribing to the seal and proudly displaying it on their packaging. I encourage you to do so. It's a sign to Canadians that they can trust local, they can trust quality, they can trust independence. It's also a signal to the government elected officials and the bureaucrats and the policymakers that together we stand united and we will not be kept quiet. Together we are stronger. That's why, as a special gala offer tonight, any new subscribers to the Independent Craft Seal who subscribe by October 25th, that's a week from today, will receive 1 free entry into next year's Packaging Award category. So I encourage you all to do so, please. So let's get back to why we're here tonight. For the best Canadian craft competition in the nation. It's the most technical, so well attended, and prestigious. I wish everyone luck. And hopefully some of you will be bringing home a trophy, or maybe 2, or maybe none. But know that your investment in this is an investment in our industry. It's an investment in your brewery. And you're going to get top quality feedback to maybe help your brews a little bit better next time. So from the bottom of my heart and the bottom of my glass, I want to thank you so much. To everyone here and viewing the live stream broadcast, join me in raising your glass to the best beer in Canada. Santé, to your health. Cheers. All right. I'm not late leaving yet. I didn't even take a drink. It's not official. Or 2. I got to keep up with that quota. So I'm now very, very pleased to recognize our platinum sponsor, Federated Insurance. With Federated, you work directly with an industry expert who's committed to understanding the unique risks and opportunity our craft brewing industry faces. A dedicated agent and risk management team on your side ensures that you'll always get the right coverage so you can focus on what you do best, make great beer. So please join me in giving a warm welcome to Federated Insurance's National Association Manager, Mauro Di Toglio.
Thank you, Christine. Got to get a little, I don't know why I have a script here. I usually go off script, but in any event. Yeah. I like that. I like it. Well, good evening, everyone. I'm delighted to be here with you at this year's Canada Beer Cup Gala. My name is Mauro Di Tullio, and I am the National Association Manager for Federated Insurance. Bonsoir, je suis ravi d'être avec vous ce soir à la Coupe des bières du Canada. Mon nom est Mauro Di Tullio et je suis le directeur national aux associations pour la Federated Compagnie d'assurance. I would like to thank Christine, her board and staff, along with Ken and the BC Brewers and his staff, and would like to thank them for their hard work and dedication in bringing you tonight's event. Thank you. Thank you. J'aimerais remercier Christine et son équipe, ainsi que l'Association de la Colombie-Britannique, ainsi que Ken, qui ont travaillé fort afin de vous présenter cet événement. At Federated Insurance, we are focused on learning how your business works so we can help protect you from the risks that you and your teams face. However, tonight is about celebration, and I would like to share my congratulations to the nominees and the winners, and also thank the judges for their involvement on behalf of the whole Federated team. I have two of my colleagues here. I have Chris Leahy, who is our regional manager in Alberta, and I have Matt Varick, who is our district sales manager here in BC. We like to think of ourselves like as the whole team, but we're really not, okay? So, but in any event, notre but chez Federated est d'apprendre comment fonctionne votre entreprise afin de vous aider à vous protéger contre les risques auxquels vous faites face. Toutefois, ce soir, il s'agit de célébrer et je voudrais féliciter les candidats et les gagnants et aussi remercier les juges pour leur implication au nom de toute l'équipe de la Federated. J'ai deux de mes collègues ici, Chris Leahy de l'Alberta, qui est notre directeur régional, ainsi que Matt Varick, qui est notre directeur ici en Colombie-Britannique des ventes. Encore une fois, c'est avec grand plaisir que nous sommes parmi vous et nous espérons de pouvoir travailler avec vous. Nous vous souhaitons une bonne soirée de célébration. Merci. Again, it is a pleasure to be here, and we look forward to working with you. Enjoy this evening and celebration. Thank you very much. I did read. I got to go. You have to go.
Thank you so much, Mauro, and the entire Federated team. I'd now like to recognize Hilary Hoegstein, our incomparable Canada Beer Cup competition manager. It takes a lot of work to pull off a competition of this magnitude and stature, as well as a gala, and Hilary has done it in spades. It also takes a lot of creativity, innovation, and get-it-done attitude. So Hilary's unwavering support of Canada's craft brewing industry has made all of this possible. I'm truly in debt to you, Hilary, and encourage all of you to buy her a beer after the gala tonight. She might need it. So put your hands together again as Hilary comes on up.
Thanks, Christine. It's my absolute pleasure to welcome you to the Royal City this evening. Whether you're joining us from home, one of our 12 cross-country pop-up streaming locations, or you're here in the room with us, thank you for joining to support the most prestigious acknowledgment of Canadian craft beer. This year's competition was our biggest and best yet, with over 1,500 entries from 250 breweries. Tonight, we'll be recognizing craft beer royalty. We will be crowning winners in bronze, silver, and gold in over 60 categories. And when I say crowning, I do mean literally. I'd like to invite Joe to join me, and we will be revealing this year's trophy. Back to you, Joe.
All right, well, it's time to get started, isn't it? Yeah! So one note before we start handing out the awards, before we start crowning the winners, is that in some cases tonight there are a few cases where a bronze, silver, or gold was not awarded. So if you see that, don't be too confused. It's just based on the scoring. Also, I want to let you know how the evening will work. So if your brewery wins an award, please come on down to the stage as quickly as you can, but be careful, the steps are a little awkward. And head over on there and get your crown and pose for a photo. That's right. All right, so let's get started. The first category of the evening is the feature category, which is sponsored by Hops Connect Canada. Hops Connect Canada is committed to elevating the craft brewing space by supplying best-in-class hops and hop products, services, and logistics to Canadian brewers in every province and territory. They are proud to operate from 3 specialty cold storage warehouses in BC, Ontario, and Quebec. Well, he hardly needs an introduction. Please welcome to the stage Hops Connect Canada's General Manager, Will Conants.
Quality ingredients, passion, community. That's what comes to mind when I hear craft.
We want to bring in the best product to make the best beer.
And Hops Connect facilitates this relationship by bringing the best possible hops from all over the world.
Really, the end product is what connects people together. That's the promise of beer.
All right, so our feature category this year was beers made with Sasquatch hops. So if you're not familiar with Sasquatch hops, it's a unique locally grown hop here in Canada, developed and grown exclusively at farms in Pemberton, the Fraser Valley, in southern Ontario. Sasquatch has a distinct orange zest, tangerine, and lemon floral notes with a soft aroma and flavor. Now, we left it up to the brewers to decide what styles they wanted to brew as long as they featured the Sasquatch hops prominently. So with no further ado, the bronze award in the Sasquatch hops category. Hike to Devil's Peak from Broken Rail Brewing in collaboration with Upper Thames Brewing in St. Mary's, Ontario. The silver award goes to Sasquatch versus Yeti, Quail's Brewery in Oro-Medonte, Ontario. And the gold goes to Cowichan Valley Common from Bayview Brewing, Ladysmith, BC. Head on over there to receive your crown. All right, congratulations. Hopefully the first of many from BC. All right, next category we're going to talk about is the Canadian styles. There's a couple of different categories within this one. For this, we wanted to highlight Canadian-grown malts as well as beers made with spruce tips. The sponsor of the Canadian styles category is Canada Malting. Country Malt Group provides the craft beverage industry with premier brands, highest quality ingredients, and exceptional service. With 4 warehouses across Canada, including one here in Vancouver, Country Malt provides a one-stop shop solution so you can source everything you need for your brew. As the exclusive supplier of Canada Malting products, their customers also get greater access to high-quality malt and a deep connection to the malt and agriculture industry. Please join me in welcoming Heather Jared, Western Canadian Sales Manager. All right, so the first Canadian Styles category is Canadian Malt Forward Beer, and the bronze goes to Rebels Red from Troubled Monk Brewing in Red Deer, Alberta. The silver goes to Yard Sale from Wishbone Brewing in Waterford, Ontario. And the gold goes to À l'heure des poules, Microbrasserie La Souche, Stoneham et Tewkesbury, Quebec. All right, now we have the Canadian Spruce Tip Beer category. The bronze medal goes to Spruce Tip Swedish Gymnast from Twin City Brewing in Port Alberni, BC. All right, and the silver goes to Entre les Branches from Microbrasserie La Chasse Pinte, Lens, Saint-Jean, Quebec. And the gold goes to Spruce Tip IPA from Category 12 Brewing from Saniston, BC. Anybody from Category 12? Michael? No? No? Nobody? All right, we'll have to move on then. All right, the next category is low alcohol beers. We wanted to highlight the growing trend of brewing lighter and no alcohol beers in the marketplace. So we actually created two distinct categories. One is the no alcohol category, basically, which we defined as anything under 1% alcohol. And then we had the low ABV, which ranged from 1 to 3% ABV. So in the first one, for non-alcoholic beers, the bronze goes to Discipline from Ciboire in Sherbrooke, Quebec. And the silver goes to Baby No Elk from Four Winds Brewing in collaboration with Baby No Dollars. Baby No Bucks? Baby No Dollars. I don't know. I had to Google how to pronounce that. Is it Baby No Bucks? Baby No Money. That's it. Yeah. Nice. And the gold in the no alcohol beers category goes to no alcohol Guava Goza from Collective Arts Brewing in Hamilton, Ontario. All right, moving on to the low ABV category. There was no bronze awarded in this category. In silver goes to Ultralight IPA from Four Winds Brewing. Come on back down. I should have said stay on stage, I guess.
They went to get a beer, so.
Poor planning on my part. I should have said, wait around. All right, and the gold for low alcohol, low ABV beers goes to Tous les Jours from Daggerad Brewing in Burnaby, BC. All the way at the top, I see. I faked you out. I said Tous les Jours, and you thought it was a Quebec brewery, right? There you go. Yeah, apparently. All right, I'd like to invite Hillary to come back over to make a few comments.
I wanted to take a moment to acknowledge our logistics team, without whom pulling off a competition of this scale would absolutely not be possible. They kept things airtight. Your beers were looked after in excellent condition so that they were judged at their best. I would also like to thank our consolidation points who save everyone shipping by offering a coastal drop point. So those two breweries were Big Rock Brewing in Calgary and Pump House Brewing in New Brunswick, as well as our central judging venue, Blackburn Brew House. So a round of applause for those three breweries. So not only do we have a room full of smiling faces today, but there's also tap rooms across Canada streaming this event. So thank you to our host brewery locations at the 12 pop-up streaming parties happening across Canada. Cheers to all of you tuning in from those parties. Thanks, Jill.
Oh yeah, there we go. There's the streaming locations. All right. Our next category is pale lagers. This includes a lot of my favorite beer styles. Sponsoring the pale lagers category is Carmichael Engineering. Please welcome Matthew McDonald, a senior sales representative at Carmichael Engineering. With extensive experience working alongside breweries, he specializes in creating customized preventative maintenance programs that boost the efficiency and longevity of critical brewing equipment. Carmichael Engineering is a proud Canadian company with over 22 national locations, spanning coast to coast and committed to keeping breweries running at their best. Shout out to Matthew and all the Carmichael team members joining us live across Canada in their party room. All right, so the first category is light American lagers that run between 3.1 and 4.2% ABV. And the bronze goes to Gold from Anderson Craft Ales in London, Ontario. The silver goes to Blue Mountain Light Lager from Thornberry Craft Co. in Thornberry, Ontario. And the gold goes to Lug Light from Beau's All Natural Brewing Co. in Van Cleek Hill, Ontario. And now we have Standard American Lager category. The bronze goes to Revelstoke Lager from Mount Begbie Brewing Company in Revelstoke, BC. Here we go. That's a big crowd. Nice. And the silver goes to Shindig from Cowbell Brewing in Blythe, Ontario. The gold medal in the Standard American Lager category goes to Flywheel from Sons of Kent Brewing in Chatham, Ontario. There's someone coming down. You're here? All right! It's great. All right, now we've got the International Pale Lager category. The bronze goes to Gladstone Cerveza from Gladstone Brewing in Courtney, BC. They're up there, apparently. Come on down. Nice. Oh. And the silver goes to Mexican-style light lager from Barnside Brewing in Delta, BC. Apparently all the winners sat up the top. And the gold goes to line 12 from Quail's Brewery in Oromedont, Ontario. All right, moving on to the Czech Pale Lager category. The bronze goes to Pete's Pills from Tool Shed Brewery in Calgary, Alberta. Looking good, guys. Looking good. And the silver in the Czech Pale Lager category goes to Tape Deck Czech Pilsner from Rewind Beer Co. in Port Moody, BC. And the gold goes to Steam Whistle Pilsner from Steam Whistle Brewing in Toronto, Ontario. All right, moving on to the Pale Malty European Lager category. Funny names. The bronze goes to Mountain Lager from Side Launch Brewing Co. in Collingwood, Ontario. And the silver goes to Gladstone Fest Beer from Gladstone Brewing in Courtney, BC. And the gold goes to the Phone Munich Helles Lager from Wild Winds Brewing in Calgary, Alberta. All right, moving on to the Pale Bitter European Beer category. The bronze goes to Pils from Far in Diamond Valley, Alberta. I had one of those in Alberta this year and it was excellent. Really liked it. The silver goes to Gladstone Glad Light from Gladstone Brewing in Courtney, BC. And the gold goes to Beerfest German Pilsner from Parallel 49 Brewing in Vancouver. All right, moving on to the Hoppy Lager category. The bronze goes to Real Good Light Beer from Tin Whistle Brewing in Penticton, BC. Congrats. And the silver goes to Neat 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 from Changing Colors Brewing Project in Port Coquitlam, BC. Nobody here for them? Too bad. All right, and the gold in a BC category sweep goes to La Strada Italian Pilsner from Red Truck Beer Co. in Vancouver, BC. Oh, there we go. All right, we're going to move on to the next category, which is amber and dark beers, mainly lagers, but also some alt beer styles, things like that. This category was sponsored by Pearlie Robertson, Hill and McDougall, LLP, SL, a premier independent Ottawa-based law firm with an international reputation as industry leaders. Whatever your goals, business objectives, and legal needs, they provide customized craft brewery-specific solutions and the recommendations you need to get results. All right, amber and dark beers. The bronze winner in European amber beer goes to Powder Hound Vienna Lager from Smithers Brewing in Smithers, BC. Oh. Not collecting the award. All right, the silver in the European amber beer category goes to Alt Beer from Tanner and Co. Brewing in Chester Basin, Nova Scotia. And the gold goes to Dogtooth Rover Red Lager from Whitetooth Brewing Company in Golden, BC. And in the dark lager category, the bronze goes to Dark Lager from Side Launch Brewing in Collingwood, Ontario. The silver goes to PB Dark Lager from Poco Brothers Brewing in Port Coquitlam, BC. Not here? All right. And the gold goes to Revelstoke Dark Lager from Mount Begbie Brewing in Revelstoke, BC. And the final category in this group, the strong dark European lager, the bronze goes to Porter from Mile Zero Brewing in Machosen. Guys, this is a tiny brewery that is about. I ride my bike there often from Victoria. It's about a 30-kilometer ride for me, and I get rewarded with their fine beers. Okay. Congrats, guys. All right, the silver goes to Two Rivers Baltic Porter from Tatamagouche Brewing in Tatamagouche, Nova Scotia. And the gold goes to Herminator Icebox from Vancouver Island Brewing in Victoria. Oh. Moving on. Oh, more for me. Thank you. I'm not even done my first. All right, the next category is wheat beers. It was really great to see so many excellent wheat beers and Hefeweizen submitted this year. We were really impressed with them. This category is sponsored by Fermentis. We're pleased to have Jean-Philippe Barbeau, Regional Sales Manager with Fermentis by LaSalle, join us on stage. As a professional brewer for 25 years, he knows his way around a brew house and is able to provide expert yeast and fermentation advice. Backed by Fermentis, he helps craft brewers safeguard production to get you the express sensory characteristics you're looking for. As Jean-Philippe says, the best pairing for a great beer is an interesting person. And I think that's what he is, for sure. All right, the bronze medal goes to 50/50 Hef from KPU Brew Lab in Langley, BC. Oh, we've got a big team coming on down here. And the silver in the German wheat beers category goes to Bois Blanche from Microbrasserie de Beaupré in Saint-Anne-de-Beaupré, Quebec. And the gold goes to Hefeweizen from Garrison Brewing in Halifax, Nova Scotia. All right, now the wit beer category. The bronze goes to Sundog Belgian White from Churchill Brewing in Saskatoon. The silver goes to Two Pillars Wit from Two Pillars Brewery in Calgary, Alberta. No, that looks like Nigel, I don't think. And the gold in the wit beer category. What? That's not. The gold in the wit beer category goes to Quark Strangeness Charm from Pilo Bones Brewing in Regina, Saskatchewan. All right, now the American wheat category. The bronze goes to Village Wit from Village Brewery in Calgary, Alberta. And the silver goes to Cottage Country from Calabogie Brewing in Canada, Ontario. And there was no gold awarded in this category. Ooh. All right, so we're now moving on to a new component of the Canada Beer Cup this year, which is the Packaging Awards, and they were managed by Amber Olson. Amber is a high caliber and highly regarded graphic designer who joined the Canada Beer Cup team this year to help us launch our new Packaging Awards. We thought she did an outstanding job. She runs her own marketing and design company. She's based in Winnipeg and has been running the Packaging Awards component of the Prairie Beer Awards, so came to us with a lot of valuable experience, and it really showed. Please welcome Amber.
Something that no one warns you about as you pursue a design career is how embedded in your brain your career becomes as you walk through everyday life. You end up with favorite font styles, you love specific letters within those styles, and certain colors become like magnets for your eyes. So you go to a brewery or liquor store, and when everyone's talking about the taste of the beer, you're saying things like, yeah, it's really great, but check out the design. Welcome to a glimpse of what my friends put up with. So with that, you can imagine I was thrilled when Christine and Hillary asked me to head up the Canada Beer Cup's first ever packaging awards this year. Brand and packaging is an investment for anyone and can be a key part in driving awareness and sales of not only the specific beer inside, but your brewery as well. The packaging awards consisted of 4 categories. Our judging panel included 15 incredible award-winning creatives from across the country and US. Art directors, agency heads, illustrators, printers, people who have worked with brands like Capitol Records, Warner Brothers, American Greetings, and more. Each category received a team of judges that independently reviewed each entry within it, and from there, the team met to review and discuss their thoughts and determine the winners. So without further ado, let me hand it back to Joe for the results.
Thanks, Amber. All right, so the first category is called Packaging Single, and the bronze goes to Flannel Pajamas, Grand Cru from Camp Beer Co. in Langley, BC. And the silver goes to Neon Panther from Parallel 49 Brewing in Vancouver. And the gold goes to Showboat from Beva Brewing and Blending in North Vancouver. Amber, do you want to come and talk a bit about the category?
So for the single category, a little explanation for each one so you can understand what kind of happened behind the scenes. So judges thought Flannel Pajamas was a really beautiful design with a unique label printing process. They loved the bright and eye-catching illustration used for Neon Panther, but ultimately felt like Showboat's label was a standout in the category, with a non-typical layout that differed from the others and subtle nuances like the Beva logo appearing in the gills of the fish.
All right, moving on to the Packaging Series category. The bronze goes to Main Street Brewing for their branded series, Vancouver, BC. Troublemaker. And the silver goes to Tin Whistle Brewing from Penticton for their core beers. And in another BC category sweep, the gold goes to Lupolo for their Tart Wild Series Helvetica. I thought he was here. Ryan, you're not here? Well, Amber, do you want to come over and talk about the winners?
Okay, the series, beautiful colors and really consistent branding was in the judges' feedback from Main Street Brewing, while illustration being exceptional in Tin Whistle's series. But Lupolo came out with gold for their unique woodcut style illustrations and overall really consistent branding for the series.
All right, the next category is the community and collaborations packaging. The bronze goes to Annex Ales from Calgary, Alberta for A Moment in the Sun. Not here. All right. The silver goes to the Second Wedge Brewing Company from Uxbridge, Ontario for I Love You for Sentimental Reasons IPA. And the gold goes to Blind Man Brewing from Lacombe, Alberta for Drinking Buddies. All right, Amber, why don't you come over and tell us about that one? Oh, he is here. Congratulations!
I'll just go.
Yeah, it's probably good to do the stuff.
So Annex Ales used a really innovative printing technique for their design. They used sun-exposed and developed botanicals from their partner in the brew, the Wilder Calgary Zoo. The illustrative style for the second wedge was a unique approach to an all-over design that felt different from the others we'd seen, and it was used as a tribute for a regular customer that had passed away. Taking gold, Blind Man and Dandy came together for a fun and playful mix-and-match 8-pack that we'd never seen anything like before.
All right, and the final packaging category is the innovation packaging. The bronze goes to Anderson Craft Ales from London, Ontario for their 100-pack. 100? Wow. That's a pretty good one. The silver goes to Cabin Brewing Company from Calgary, Alberta for Lil Helper. And the gold goes to Ale Architect from Edmonton, Alberta for their label innovation. Label software innovation. All right, and we'll welcome Amber back for this one too.
So we really didn't know what to expect for entries in this category, to be honest, but we did know that there is a lot of innovation happening in the industry every single day. Anderson Craft Ales got both the attention and a laugh from the judges for their 100-pack. Lil Helper from Cabin used a peel-away label for this holiday brew to playfully add both value and extra function. But Ale Architect, okay, so wow. The formulas and corresponding programming technology that they developed will allow them to efficiently create literally thousands of unique labels consistently because of it. So, and yeah, incredible. Thank you to everyone that entered. In this first year, we've offered packaging awards. And if you have any questions or want to chat about it after, I'd love to. Thank you.
Thanks, Amber.
What does it mean to drink a Canadian craft beer? It means the beer you're drinking was brewed in small batches using traditional brewing methods with quality ingredients sourced locally wherever possible. It also means you're enjoying the product of an independent Canadian-owned business dedicated to pushing the boundaries of taste innovation. Craft breweries give back to their local communities. Tap rooms become community hubs where neighbors meet and visitors experience the local hospitality. Where did your beer come from? Who made it? What's in it? All important questions worth asking. For Canadian craft beer, the answers are, it came from the brewery down the street. It was made by your neighbors and friends, and it's full of all natural ingredients. So, when you see the independent craft seal on a can or a bottle, you'll know that the beer inside is authentic Canadian craft beer, and the money you're spending is going back into your community, or one of hundreds like it in every province and territory in Canada.
So just a reminder that all new Independent Craft Seal subscribers by a week from now, October 25th, will receive a free packaging award entry into next year's Canada Beer Cup. And as we can see from the awards we just gave, it's a pretty awesome set of categories there to join. We'd like to thank those currently subscribing. Your investment was very much appreciated. And call on members who aren't subscribing yet to please do so. It tells consumers that when they see the seal, they can count on choosing local, quality, and independence, and that we are united in what we stand for. Oh, I meant to put that up sooner. So you can scan that QR code right now. All right. We're going to move on to British style. Wait. Oh, can I go back? There we go. I got it back. All right. We are going to move on. Everybody ready? No? Okay. All right. To British style ales. So we have lots of different categories within this, lots of interesting beers for sure to showcase. The first category is the English style bitter and pale ale category. The bronze goes to ESB from Mile Zero Brewing in Metchosin. Yeehaw! Double broads. I'm waiting for someone to stack them. And the silver goes to Powerhouse Pale Ale from Mount Begbie Brewing in Revelstoke, BC. And the gold goes to English Pale Ale from Trainwreck Brewing in Port Moody, BC. Is anybody here from Trainwreck? No? All right. Next category is the English IPA category. And the bronze goes to Canoe Chase IPA from Smuggler's Trail Caskworks in Langley, BC. Not here? All right. The silver goes to Kangaroo IPA from Boshkung Brewing in Minden, Ontario. And the gold goes to Endeavour Brewing Company in St. Albert, Alberta for their Endeavour 6th birthday IPA. Next up is the British Brown Ale category. The bronze goes to Britisher English Brown Ale from Churchill Brewing in Saskatoon. And the silver goes to Dark Mild from Deadfall Brewing in Prince George. And the gold goes to Old Money from Brassneck Brewery in Vancouver, BC. All right, in the Irish and Scottish Ale category, the bronze goes to Vimy Red Ale from Vimy Brewing Company in Ottawa. And the silver goes to Red Smashed In Buffalo Jump from Cold Garden Beverage Co. in Calgary, Alberta. I don't know if they've had any beer tonight. Congratulations. And the gold goes to Greenock from St. Andrews Brewing Company in St. Andrews, New Brunswick. All right, moving on to the UK Stout and Porter category. We've got the bronze going to Patricius Irish Stout from Boxing Rock Brewing Company in Shelburne, Nova Scotia. We actually have someone here from Nova Scotia. That's awesome. And the silver goes to Speed Metal Foreign Extra Stout from White Tooth Brewing Company in Golden, BC. And the gold goes to Hubtown Brewing in Okotoks, Alberta for Alberta's Great Out S'mores Milk Stout. All right, strong British Ale category. The bronze goes to Hell Roaring Scottish Ale from Fisher Peak Brewing Company in Cranbrook, BC. Doesn't look like anybody's here from there. The silver goes to Hell's Gate from Ganawaki Brewing Company in Ganawaki, Quebec. And the gold goes to Blind Man Brewing for Parapluck Barley Wine. Okay, we're going to move on to the North American Ales category now, which was sponsored by Canadian Water Savings. Canadian Water Savings is a proud supplier of the Canadian Craft Brewers Association and is pleased to be helping Canada's craft breweries save a guaranteed 15 to 35% on their water bills. Using easy-to-install smart valve technology, they compress air and smooth the flow of water through the water meter, so there's simply less water volume to measure. Backed by their airtight guarantee, we encourage everyone to reach out to Canadian Water Savings. I now invite to the stage Mr. Jory Simpkins. All right, in the North American Pale Ale category, the bronze goes to Pegasus American Pale Ale from Old Beautiful Brewing Company in Calgary, Alberta. And the silver goes to Toolshed Brewery for Toolshed Hopped Wheat Ale, Calgary, Alberta. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Good to see you. Congratulations. And the gold goes to Gay and Vic Park PEI Brewing Company from Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island. All right, moving on to the North American Amber Ale category. The bronze medal goes to Amarillo Amber Ale from Cold Lake Brewing and Distilling in Cold Lake, Alberta. The silver goes to Aggie Ale from Olds College Brewery in Olds, Alberta. And the gold goes to Idleback Slackwater Brewing in Penticton, BC. All right, moving on to the North American Brown Ale category. In the bronze, we have last year's Canada Beer Cup winner, Basil Brown Ale, Deadfall Brewing, Prince George, BC. And the silver goes to Open Road from Troubled Monk in Red Deer, Alberta. And the gold goes to Diabolically Decadent Brown Ale from Dastardly Villain in Winnipeg, Manitoba. In the North American Porter category, the bronze goes to Broken Record Porter from the Publican House Brewery in Peterborough, Ontario. The silver goes to Couleur Café from Chelsea & Co. Microbrasserie in Chelsea, Quebec. And the gold goes to Bellhop from Abandoned Rail Brewing and Penticton, BC. Congrats. All right, moving on to the North American Stout category. The bronze goes to Flat Cap from Tool Shed Brewery in Calgary, Alberta. And the silver goes to S'mores Milk Stout from Camp Beer Co. in Langley, BC. And the gold in the North American Stout category goes to Ghost Train Oatmeal Stout from Hell's Basement Brewery in Medicine Hat, Alberta. All right, moving on to the Imperial Stout category. The bronze goes to Stoutnik Imperial Stout from Longwood Brewery. And the silver goes to Santa's Little Helper from Hubtown Brewing in Okotoks, Alberta. And the gold goes to S92 Stout from Hornby Island Brewing. Congratulations. Congratulations. All right, moving on to the Strong American Ale category. The bronze goes to Rampaging Red from Tool Shed Brewery in Calgary, Alberta. Congratulations. And the silver goes to Game Over Dippa 64 from Obsolete Brewing Company in Dauphin, Manitoba. And the gold goes to Play in Space Barley Wine from Pile of Bones Brewing in Regina, Saskatchewan. All right, now we're going to move on to the contemporary IPAs category. It's always a challenge to divide up IPAs in this category between North American, West Coast, hazies, and everything in between. Breweries sent us lots of great options to taste. This category was sponsored by RAR BSG. Please welcome Matt Hamill, Commercial Sales Manager at RAR BSG. RAR BSG delivers the finest brewing ingredients and packaging materials at competitive prices, all backed by outstanding customer service and over 175 years of expertise in the global food and beverage industries. With distribution centers strategically located throughout North America, including Guelph, Ontario, Saint Laurent, Quebec, Airdrie, Alberta, and Delta, BC, RAR BSG is within easy reach of most breweries. So the first category is North American IPAs, and the bronze goes to IPA 117 from Shawbridge in Prévost, Quebec. I guess that's IPA 117. Congratulations. And the silver goes to Monster Jam Juicy IPA from Red Truck Beer Co. here in Vancouver. And the gold goes to Rusty Angler IPA from Rusted Rake Brewing Co. in Nanuce, BC. All right, moving on to the West Coast IPA category. I should note at this moment that the bars are now closed. All right, moving on to the West Coast IPA category. For the bronze goes to Nechako West Coast IPA from Trench Brewing and Distilling in Prince George, BC. And the silver goes to Moraine West Coast IPA from Folded Mountain Brewing Company in Hinton, Alberta. And the gold goes to Dippa Propeller Brewing Company, Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. All right, let's go on to the specialty IPA category. And the bronze goes to Emerald Forest Cold IPA from Coast Mountain Brewing in Whistler. goes to Sandtrax Aussie ISA from Balmer Brewing in Vancouver. Congratulations. And the gold goes to A Brighter Shade of Doom, a black Northeast IPA from Bookstore Brewing Company in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Oh. All right, moving on to the Session Hazy Northeast IPA category. The bronze goes to Aurora Session Pale Ale from Deadfall Brewing in Prince George. And the silver goes to Hazer Beam Hazy Pale Ale from Torchlight Brewing in Nelson. I don't think I saw any of those guys here this week. And the gold goes to All Right from Ganawaki Brewing Company in Ganawaki, Quebec. All right, moving on to the Hazy Pale Ale NEPA category, Northeast IPA category. The bronze goes to Summer Day IPA from Schoolhouse Brewery in Windsor, Nova Scotia. And the silver goes to Beast from Ganawaki Brewing Company in Ganawaki, Quebec. And the gold goes to Succession Northeast IPA from Deadfall Brewing. All right, moving on to the Imperial Hazy Northeast IPA category. The bronze goes to Rogue Jean from Cold Lake Brewing and Distilling in Cold Lake, Alberta. And the silver goes to Slapaphone Double Hazy IPA from Polyrhythm Brewing in Edmonton, Alberta. And the gold goes to the Moon from Wishbone Brewing in Waterford, Ontario. All right, now I'd like to invite Christine Como to return to the stage for our sponsor acknowledgement.
All right, everybody, I want to start with a very, very important special announcement. We're getting low on beer. But there is hope. So the fourth level bar, so if you head up the stairs out that way, it's a fully stocked bar. So head up there towards and you'll be all set up. Alrighty, so when I say we wouldn't be here without the support of our sponsors, I mean that quite literally. We wouldn't be here without the support of them. So show me some love and support for our platinum sponsor, Federated Insurance. Thank you so much, Maro, and the entire Federated Insurance team. And of course, to our live stream and Sasquatch Hops sponsor in the feature category, Hops Connect. So they're not only connecting craft brewers with quality hops from across every corner of the globe, they're also connecting us right now with the breweries, tap rooms, and beer lovers across Canada. So if you're tuning into our live stream broadcast, cheers to every one of you. To our other category sponsors, Canada Malting, Canadian Water Savings, Carmichael, Fermentis, Pearly Robertson, Hill and McDougall, and RAR BSG. Thank you so much. And I want to acknowledge KPU, where thought meets action. So they not only fed us today as our hospitality sponsor, but they also feed the minds of their students through their state-of-the-art on-site training facilities in their brewery. They're just so wonderful. And they sponsored one of our judges, so thank you so much. As did DC Accounting. They also sponsored one of our judges, and backed by Dave Cole, who was not only providing quick, affordable, and unparalleled accounting services as one of our head judges, he too went above and beyond to make sure all of our judges felt welcome. I swear that man never sleeps. And our award box sponsors, Barsight, with their scheduling, inventory, and sales tracking platform. Genry for meeting all your beer process equipment needs. Steel City Tap Company for fun and functional tap handles. And the trophies that you're wearing tonight. And also to Yeast Canada for enhancing the quality and character of your craft brews. And I want to recognize G&G Brands Prodigy Apparel for making our beer judges look great. And finally, I do want to acknowledge my CCBA Board of Directors, led by Blair Burdusco of the Alberta Small Brewers Guild. Yay, Blair. To my treasurer, Scott Simmons, with the Ontario Craft Brewers Association. My secrétaire, Marie-Ève Miran, de l'Association de Macrobrasserie de Québec. Et bien sûr, my vice chair, Ken Beattie. And I think you know who he's with. So Ken, I do really want to thank you and your entire team for all the hospitality you've shown us. It's very, very much appreciated. Really does mean the world to us. So thank you again to Federated Insurance, our platinum sponsor, and all of our Canada Beer Cup 2024 sponsors. Thank you so, so much. Cheers.
Oops, I was supposed to be moving through these slides. Sorry about that. There they are. All right, let's get on to the sour beers. Who likes sour beer? Okay. The first category, so this includes a range of categories from contemporary kettle sours to with or without fruit to traditional sours, gozas, Brett beers, and so on. So lots of great options to choose from. The first category is the contemporary sour ales without fruit. The bronze goes to Face Melter Dry Hopped Sour from Pile of Bones Brewing in Regina, Saskatchewan. And the silver goes to Nectarous Dry Hop Sour from Four Winds Brewing in Delta, BC. Whoops. Oh, no, that's good. And the gold goes to Fuzzy Peach from Whistle Boy Brewing in Victoria, BC. This is a spot where I often finish my long bike rides, and they got an awesome brewery going there. All right, moving on to fruited sours. The bronze goes to Might As Well Go for a Soda from Backcountry Brewing in Squamish, BC. All right, the silver goes to Rosefinch Raspberry Sour from Bomber Brewing in Vancouver. And the gold in the fruited sours category goes to Mango Dragon Fruit Sour from Garrison Brewing Company in Halifax, Nova Scotia. All right, moving on to traditional sours. The bronze goes to Oud Chokpish Haskaps Lambic from Brasserie Chokpish in Dieppe, New Brunswick. The silver goes to Rouge des Appalaches in Frampton Brass in Frampton, Quebec. And the gold, this is a name I practiced a long time this morning. The gold goes to Schwingungen, I can't do it, Schwingungen from Nokomis Craft Ale in Nokomis, Saskatoon. Everybody say Schwingungen. All right, now we're going to do the Goza category. The bronze goes to the Epic Series Goza Pink Guava from Les Brasseurs de Petit Saut in Edmundston, New Brunswick. The silver goes to Strawberry Peach Goza from Flora Hall Brewing in Ottawa, Ontario. And the gold goes to Saltwater Joys from the Church Brewing Company in Wolfville, Nova Scotia. All right, now we have Brett beers. The bronze goes to Fooder Aged Brett Double from Flora Hall Brewing in Ottawa, Ontario. And the silver goes to 24-2 Brettstock Ale from Blind Man Brewing in Lacombe, Alberta. And the gold goes to Food Age Margarita Goza from Flora Hall Brewing in Ottawa, Ontario, winning 2 out of the 3 category awards. All right, now we have specialty wild or mixed fermentation beers. The bronze goes to Cold Garden Beverage Company from Calgary, Alberta for Bloom Culture 2. And the silver goes to Wild Raspberry from Whistleboy Brewing in Victoria. And the gold goes to Dwarf Sour Cherry Saison from Blind Man Brewing in Lacombe, Alberta.
We were looking at offering brewers more choice, more possibility in the hops that they used for beer.
We carry over 80 varieties from 8 countries and 3 continents. We believe in our partnerships with our farmers, and we believe and trust in our partnerships with our customers. And through this, we can ensure that we're going to deliver the highest quality hop to our customers.
All right, let's move on to Belgian-style beers. This is some of my favorite beer styles, including Saisons, Grisettes, Golden Strong Ales. So in the Belgian Ale category, the bronze goes to Windflower Belgian Blonde from Wild Winds Brewery in Calgary, Alberta. And the silver goes to Luminous Belgian Blonde from Category 12 Brewing in Sanderson, BC. And the gold goes to Two Pillars Blonde from Two Pillars Brewery in Calgary, Alberta. These were two different breweries. All right, now we have the Saison Grisette category. The bronze goes to Shacklands Brewing Company in Toronto, Ontario for Saison Davenport. The silver goes to Valor from Tooth and Nail Brewing Company in Ottawa, Ontario. And the gold goes to Saison Tradition from Brasseur du Monde in Saint-Hyacinthe, Quebec. Moving on to the golden Belgian Strong Ale category. The bronze goes to Trip d'Automne from Ciboire in Sherbrooke, Quebec. The silver goes to Antigone from Daggerad Brewing in Burnaby, BC. And while Mitch is walking down, I'll just acknowledge that there was no gold awarded in this category. Oh, it's Ben. Hey, Ben. It looks like he's going. All right. Now let's move on to the dark Belgian Strong Ale category. The bronze goes to Belgian Dark Strong from Deadfall Brewing Company in Prince George, BC. The silver goes to Two Pillars Dark Strong from Two Pillars Brewery in Calgary, Alberta. And the gold goes to Dog Mountain Brewing in Port Alberni, BC for Friar Belgian Quad. Accepting on behalf. Okay, now the moment you've all been waiting for, the other styles. So this is a category that includes a whole bunch of stuff that doesn't really fit anywhere else, including but some really interesting experiments, often some of the beers, that are the most exciting ones to taste. So the first category is historical beer. The bronze goes to Dad Jokes Corny Lager from Farm Country Brewing in Langley, BC. And the silver goes to Madder Than a Wet Hen from Full Beard Brewing in Timmins, Ontario. And the gold goes to Fruitiata from Microbrasserie La Souche in Stoneham, Tewksbury, Quebec. All right, now we have the fruit beer category. The bronze goes to Peach Cream Ale from Tin Whistle Brewing in Penticton, BC. And the silver goes to Mellow Moon Pineapple Hefeweizen from Big Rock Brewery in Calgary, Alberta. Congrats. And the gold goes to Sincero Cerveza from Cowbell Brewing Company in Blythe, Ontario. Next we have the specialty fruit category. And the bronze goes to Cellar Door Cab Syrah Saison from Abandoned Rail Brewing in Penticton, BC. And the silver goes to Brewer's Getaway from Prairie Dog Brewing in Calgary, Alberta. And the gold goes to Brassneck Brewery for a Rosé Changeling. Nigel's turn. All right, now we are doing the spice, herb, or vegetable beer category. Always interesting options. And the bronze goes to Moscow Mule Ale from Beachfire Brewing in Campbell River, BC. Nobody here? The silver goes to London Fog Dark Mild from Smithers Brewing Company in Smithers, BC. Yay! And the gold goes to Fuego from Cabin Brewing Company in Calgary, Alberta. And in the smoked beer category, the bronze goes to Scotch Ale Fumé de l'Île d'Orléans from Microbrasserie de l'Île d'Orléans in Saint-Famille, Quebec. There it is. And the silver goes to Zweihander from Jackknife Brewing in collaboration with Firehall Brewery in Kelowna, BC. And the gold goes to Das Winter Project from Frampton Brass in Frampton, Quebec. Now the wood-aged beer category. The bronze goes to Mammoth from Sons of Kent Brewing in Chatham, Ontario. Attaboy. And the silver goes to Levitation from Nokomis Craft Ales in Nokomis, Saskatchewan. And the gold goes to Solitude from Tatamagouche Brewing in Tatamagouche, Nova Scotia. All right, now we have the experimental beer category. The bronze goes to Sugar Shack Canadian Maple Lager from Ucluelet Brewing Company in collaboration with Twin City Brewing in Ucluelet, BC. The silver goes to Cherry Blossom Sake Lager from Tin Whistle Brewing Company in Penticton, BC. And the gold goes to Tanner & Co. Brewing for Sauvage from Chester Basin, Nova Scotia. All right, now we have the gluten-free beer category. The bronze goes to Grey Fox Brewing for Buckwild Stout. And the silver goes to Whistler Forager, gluten-free lager from Whistler Brewing Company. And the gold goes to Humble Lager from Grey Fox Brewing. All right, and now we're on to Golden Ale, which doesn't fit anywhere else. So here we have the Bronze Award, goes to Birra Finelli Blonde from Birra Finelli in Sorel-Tracy, Quebec. The silver goes to Pirate's Treasure Golden Ale from Taylite Brewing in Port Coquitlam, BC. And the gold goes to Cream Ale from Anderson Craft Ales in London, Ontario. All right, we're moving to the final phase of the evening. I just wanted to say thanks to all the breweries that traveled far to get here. There's so many folks from Alberta, but also from the East Coast and Quebec. Thank you. And now I'd like to call on my fellow HUD judge, Lauren Richard, to say a few words about the Best of Show process.
Joe. Hello, everybody. It is very, very exciting to be here in front of all of you. I've spoken to a lot of you over email, and I had the wonderful job of actually being there in person and getting to taste all of your beers. So it's been just a really great journey, and a little emotional tonight seeing all you guys accept these awards, because it's like I feel like I know these beers personally. So I'm just very excited to be here. So it's very nice. So part of our task with the three of us being head judges this year, we each had a little bit of a different kind of journey in this, and my task was on site. I did a lot of the recruiting. We all did recruiting for the judges, but I had recruited, we put an emphasis this year on recruiting people from kind of all over the world. And a lot of people asked us, well, why aren't we focusing on Canadian judges? It's kind of like, well, you know, we don't want to just be tasting and talking in a vacuum. We want to talk to different people from different areas of the world. We want to say, hey, you're one of the best in your country. Come over here and taste our beer and learn about us, and then take this knowledge back with you. So it was just an incredible experience. We brought in judges from Mexico. We had a judge from Italy, the Netherlands. We just had people from all over the world, and it was just an exceptional experience. And one thing I do want to highlight is that we had a very special Best of Show panel this year. I was very honored to be on the panel with 4 other women. So it was an honor. Yeah. And it's not because we needed to, it's not because we had to, it's because we could, because we had 5 women that were amongst the highest ranking judges that were in our selection. So it was just, yeah, it was exceptional. So Sandy Cockerham from Indiana, she is the current president of the BJCP. That was personally very awesome to have met her and judged with her. Noelle Phillips from here, she's a writer, beer historian. Shelley Smith, she's a Master Cicerone. She is out of Massachusetts. Leah Dinas, she's a national BJCP judge from Kentucky. She came all Kentucky. And myself, very honored to be one of the head beer judges, and I'm a beer educator out of Toronto, originally born and raised in New Brunswick, so go East Coast. So yeah, I just had a really great time this year, and it's an honor to meet the people behind the beers that I have enjoyed, and yeah, it's amazing to be here and to meet you. So you all know my face and my name now. I don't know yours, so please come and chat with me afterwards. I'd love to meet you. Thank you.
And now it's my distinct pleasure and honor to invite last year's winner of the Canada Beer Cup Best of Show, Aaron and Brandon Bearwald of Deadfall Brewing from Prince George, BC. to say a few words? Is that
a few words. So we won last year, and it was an absolute fucking trip. I don't know how many emails I bounced back and forth between Hillary and I was like, no way. I think the last one was shut the front door, period. But this competition is amazing, and it did so much for us. And
it changed our lives.
Yeah.
We won this award. We were just a year old. We were babies. We were just a year old, and we won this award for our Basil Brown Ale, and it was a beer that we were about to not produce anymore because people didn't like it. They were wrong, but it was amazing. Like, the feedback was amazing. The output of love from all y'all. A lot of y'all drove up from Vancouver all the way to Prince George to taste our beer in our tap room. Thank you! So this award means a lot. It's got a lot of weight behind it, and I'm so glad that I do not have to take care of that cup anymore.
Yeah, I know.
I was so scared to break it all year, but thank you. The beer is something important to Brandon and I, and it's important to all y'all now, so thank you. I'm happy to pass it off.
And now I'd like to invite Mauro, Christine, Lauren, and Hillary to the stage for the final event here. Yeah, there was no gold awarded. All right, so what we have is the two runners-up that we'll announce, and then, of course, the final winner. So the second runner-up, the bronze for the Canada Beer Cup Best of Show, goes to Tous les Jours from Daggerad Brewing. So I was just reminded that all three of these, the runners-up and the winner, get free entry into the World Beer Cup. And the silver runner-up for the Canada Beer Cup goes to Quail's Brewery from Oro-Medonte, Ontario for line 12. All right. And now I'd like to invite Mauro to... I have the best of show in this envelope.
There it is.
So do you do the honors of opening it and reading it?
Drum roll.
All right, here we go. This is so exciting. This is like the Academy Award.
Only better.
Yes, of course. I mean, I wouldn't have it any other way. All right. You're listening, eh? Yeah. All right. You listen to me, eh? Best of Show winner. Well, it looks like it's Pile of Bones Brewing from Regina, Saskatchewan. Court, Strangeness, Charm.
This is the beer.
This is the beer.
Can I get Pile of Bones to come over here and say something? Congratulations.
Thanks so much.
Yeah. That's wonderful.
What a road to get here, huh?
So you want to say a few words?
Sure, it'd be great.
Thank you.
I'm not much for speeches, but I just want to say thanks so much to everyone for being here. It takes a lot of people to create a movement, to create an industry, and that's reflected in this room. You know, craft beer, I think it's still stronger than ever. That's right. Yeah, you can clap for that. That's right. This is the funniest thing. You know, the Bayerwalds who just handed this trophy off, we know them very well. It's a little known fact that I interviewed Brandon for the first brewing position I had open at Pile of Bones Brewing Company, and I couldn't afford to pay him. So so he went to Nokomis instead. Right. I got to thank a couple of people here. I really got to thank Travis Mershansky. He's our lead brewer who brewed this beer. He's not here tonight. Thank you, Travis. I got to thank my business partners over here. I got to thank Jeff Allport from Nokomis Craft Ales. That's our sister brewery. Brent Babiak, my operations manager, business partner, and Mr. Nathan Carey, our head brewer. I call him a brewmaster. He does not like that title. Right, and then finally, too, this beer was a collaboration with a local Indigenous artist, Mr. Tory Ironstar. He did all the work on the can for the design. Tory, I hope this gets to you. Thank you very much. And that's all I got. Thank you.
Well, all right. Thank you, everyone. That's it for us tonight. Before we go, we'd like to ask all the winners to stay around and assemble on stage for a photo, the group photo, wearing your crowns, ideally. Afterwards, winners, you can collect the little plaques that go on the front of your crowns from Amber out in the lobby on the 3rd floor. And reminder about going to the after party at Steel and Oak Brewing. Hopefully it's still raging over there. But there's no reason for anyone to be driving over there at this point. Please drink responsibly. Plan a safe ride to whatever you're doing tonight and wherever you're staying. And if someone says to you, maybe you should take a break and have some water, that might be a good idea. So thank you very much. Cheers.
Could we please get everyone's attention to the photographer? Thank you. Thank you for attending tonight's event. The Anvil Center would encourage you to continue your conversations in the lobby on the 3rd or 4th floor. Thanks, and have a great night. Thank you for attending tonight's event. The Anvil Center would thank you to move your conversations to the lobby so that the crew can continue their cleanup. Thank you so much and have a great evening.